India is a very complex country.
Yeah.
We have very different languages. For example, the previous guest or the prior to that who came here, it did speak about the kind of a healthcare coverage Indian government gives to its citizen. But each of the names of the schemes, which is named by them, is so complex. It involves Sanskrit and Hindi. 20 to 21% of this country's 5 southern states, there were little or zero access to Hindi as a mainstream language.
Makes sense. Okay.
And how does MELP has plans for such kind of a complexity in India?
I think if it's urban areas, everybody uses English.
Right.
If it's a rural, then it's Hindi comes into picture most of the part. Right? We haven't given a thought about putting the language like barrier to be in India at this point of time.
So you users necessarily need to understand English as a language.
It's because most of the businesses, right? We are not targeting agri-tech. Agri-tech, yes, we need Hindi there, right? If it's a business to consumer kind of platform, they're using it. We are only right now focused in India where English is predominantly than any other language, right? You take any state, for example, right? So that's why our focus and majority. And think about how many English-speaking citizens are there.
I asked you this question primarily on account of, we said it could be a 3-member, 5-member team to 300, 500 plus team. You're saying mid-sized organization.
5,000, up to 5,000.
Whatever. I mean, your initial focus is going to be
5,000.
small in size so that...
Yeah, startup from 0 or like means 5 to 5,000.
The statistics says this 5 to 10 member team,
Yeah.
India has got 78 million small and medium businesses.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you look at the complete ecosystem of supply chain management, in India, even though it's quite complex, it's managed by this population,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Since you said your tool is very collaborative,
Yep.
it gives a real time.
Right.
So I think probably that's the reason why I asked you this question, because there, the mainstream language, which is highly spoken in this country, happens to be Hindi.
Right.
64% of small and medium businesses transact and talk in Hindi
Right.
as a mainstream. I mean, it's just an input. Okay, now coming back to the global footprint expansion, the conversion process, can I also talk like many of the global players are looking at India as expansion of market,
100%.
right? So for them, help is going to be quite beneficial if they're intending enterprises with whom they want to deal or understands or can't understand French or German or Portuguese. So could you show some light about that? Which countries you have a footprint now?
So right now we are in Portugal, right?
Interesting.
Dominican Republic, Mexico, Mexico being near shore to us, right? As a US customers. We have Germany starting up from Berlin because there's few German companies. They interact with the US and the Germans have hard time, understanding the US
English.
English. The same with the, Scottish and all this thing. So that's where our tool helps. The Germans can write in German. And the US guys or Indian guys or anywhere their English-speaking folks are, they can really collaborate. Yeah. Our tool was really helpful for a couple of NGOs, right? And we started giving out to Portugal and Brazil, right, where they were receiving a lot of funds from US, but they were not able to really communicate how they spend, what they're doing. So this tool, these guys were able to now chat, share files in Portuguese, and the US guys were able to understand, like, okay, I'm not saying it's 100% real-time human translation, but it gives you enough context translation for you to, get your word across. And NGOs are really thriving with that in Brazil.
Interesting.
And Portugal is another key area where our MELP was awarded as a top 500 startups in the world in 2018.
What could be the verticals in Portuguese?
Oh, the verticals everywhere. Portuguese language I'm saying. The vertical can be any, right? Media, I'll say one more thing, right? There were a lot of tech writers.
Right.
Right? From US, guys, they were collaborating with tech writers in Portugal. So how would they, collaborate.
This language conversion.
The
helps.
language conversion, the translation there. And now what we are coming up with is LLM models where we want the whole document, when you share with a non-English speaker,
It gets converted
converted on the fly
to the T.
to the T, so that they can know at least what you have said. Let it be a contract, right? In Dominican Republic.
So decision making can be quicker and faster.
So you don't have to hire a translator or another agency to translate this document
Rerun the
for
entire
you
document,
to and to
convert
bring
it
it
in.
here. Yeah.
So vetting happens online.
Yeah, and think about it this way. Now, as you said, we are collaborating. I'm running one company. I want to seek help with other enterprises. That's where the kind of building connections also happens within our platform.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Right?
So one knows that which companies, which country they are in the ML platform.
Yes. So even startups in Bangalore, forget IIT Kanpur uses this. IIT Bhubaneswar used it.
Okay.
Right now we are trying to talk to IIT Delhi to get in there. So we have folks that they are already started to test our product, right? To talk to the professors outside the country and share
Knowledge
research
expansion.
papers, right?
Knowledge expansion.
Knowledge expansion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you were to scale your product from 1 to 10 with the kind of use cases you might have in US or other non-English speaking countries and now in India, how will you scale your product?
Oh, because it's a B2B product, right? For our go-to-market will be through our distribution channels, our channel partners, right?
Channel will play a very vital role here.
That's the only thing at this point of time we are looking at, because we are not offering our product to a consumer. It's for corporates. So the business magazines like you have so many, digital presence is the main way to go, and the kind of your startup, right? Your podcast. These are the way that we can tell our story. Who we are, what we can do, how we can is right now at this point of time. And we have a great CEO. You should meet him, right? He's the one who's a brain behind the GTM for our product in India, and also I would say Southeast Asia. I think I know, and maybe he'll cover. With his reach, he'll cover African continent also. I have no doubts with his.
So you hired a business head who can lead this transformation for India.
Right now, I'm just a man behind the scene, because I don't know what he knows. As I told you, I have my weaknesses, right? So, but my strength is my CEO. I would say that way.
So one of the important things for any kind of a platform-driven product or services, word of mouth is equally important until you have more and more use cases.
Yeah.
But in terms of branding, what are the few things which you do differently?
Branding wise, again, I would say we are not consumers, so we don't have to hire.
Let me help you to reframe this question. Right now, you are doing a branding through Starters for Breakfast.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You're one of the channels that I want to have, and maybe sometimes I feel myself that I'm not the right person to be on some of these stuff because I'm just a creator, right? I wish to have you, my CEO, sitting in front of you and answer those questions.
Fantastic. Because we will meet him separately.
Yeah.
But the idea behind bringing you to the table to have a conversation, we want to bring out the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, that's
what's there in your mind. I mean, those who are watching this, the audiences could be startups and early startups or advanced startups or matured startups, but startups remains to be startups. Some of them, one of the very interesting learning which I had in this all few episodes of conversation which I had is the points which you raised that, know your trade. To know your trade, you need to do a thorough research.
Absolutely.
Right? And having done that, decide what is the niche which you want to pick up where nobody else is there.
Right. There will be, but how can you be also equally good or better than them?
Or practice your first mover advantage.
People say you got to focus in one particular, industry, and which I did for 10 years, like investment banking, hedge funds. Then what happened? All of a sudden, 2008.
Academic.